Welcome to D&D Journey of the 5th edition. Join our various gaming groups as we play the 5th edition of Dungeons & Dragons. And maybe just hang out and chat about gaming in general. Sit back and enjoy the show.
Hi, this is Kelly, aka Trixie from Ragnarok and Roll, assigned to Ragnarok Story, and Tilda Wimblewick from D&D Journey of the 5th edition. First off, I would just like to say thank you to everyone for listening to our varied adventures, as well as for rating us on iTunes and rpgpodcast.com. If you haven't rated us yet, we would greatly appreciate it if you could. And if you're looking for more ways to support our efforts, we are now on Patreon, a great site where you can help us continue making more podcasts, as well as some special surprises for our patrons. If you can, please look us up at www.patreon.com/cppn. Every little bit helps. And again, thank you for listening.
But I think I am way behind. I was trying to listen to the last episode and I have no idea where everyone is or what we're doing.
That's how I feel all the time.
There was totally a Halloween episode, and we had a Day of the Dead episode planned, but it didn't happen, so we're skipping to Christmas because December.
Okay, yeah, I think I missed the Halloween episode.
The group now has a resound fear for the creepy sisters.
Okay.
And Cal has totally paid some wizards to put some anti-Grey Malkin glyphs around your hideout.
Yeah.
Mainly because the creepy sisters kept leaving you messages to come talk to them because you ignored them.
Okay. And do I know who the creepy sisters are?
Being the lore master of the group, you definitely know that the creepy sisters were in fact the two witches that deal in lots of the Grey Malkin shenanigans.
Oh, okay.
Basically, it's the Iron Kingdom's version of the Three Sisters.
Got it.
One is super sexy witch, the other is total hag witch.
Ah.
Yeah, creepy.
Well,
yeah, the purple and the green and the...
Yeah. Well, I missed out.
Yeah, it was an interesting one.
Oh, Heller totally could have got a new girlfriend.
Or two. I mean, I am a troll. Different standards of beauty and all.
And I can only hope Lexa wasn't talking because she's on mute. Skype looks like.
I apologize. I ran to get my flash drive to level up my character because it's all my information was saved on there. Was I doing something? Did I miss something?
No,
I just
we were
wanted
just
to make
chatting.
sure you weren't missing nothing, in case you were seeing
No.
awesome stuff.
No. I was not. The washer was on the rent cycle, so it was really loud, so I muted it, or the spin cycle, and then yeah, I have said nothing awesome. I promise.
We appreciate that. The best thing is our Warcaster has now invented the washing machine in the secret headquarters.
Right?
Nice.
Well, we needed it since we have everybody and their brother living at our place right now.
Well, I mean, during the witching season, you invited so many waifs to come into your hideout.
I don't remember inviting them. I feel like that was Theo and Callus.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're like, okay, who brought in all these waifs?
Don't think of it as taking in strays. Think of it as a recruitment drive.
Right. Got to have people take care of some of the small work.
Exactly. And who better to go unnoticed amongst the city than
Yep.
strays?
Invisible children.
It's a career program for them.
Exactly.
I get pounced on by a cat.
Let's see. 13. All right.
And as you finish your leveling up, I can totally tell you that your outlaw group have upgraded as well. You are now a criminal outfit as opposed to just, outlaws.
Nice.
That's right. Coming up in the world.
Wow. I just love how Roll20 copy pastes. Ugly copy paste.
Oh, wow.
I'm totally putting it on the gang tab, but I just figured I'd post it there
Oh,
too.
thank you.
All right. Up and coming growing business. All right. See, they're in on the ground floor of a thriving business. There'll be CEOs and executives before too long, all those ways.
There you go. So now your criminal outfit, after successfully gathering information, you can learn of a target's worth up to 200 gold pieces, including more valuable
Thank you.
mechanica, military equipment, and similar items. You can also learn alternate methods of entry, the presence of guards, and other information that some guy named the GM may deem appropriate. As well as protection racket. Local vendors provide you a steady income of 100 gold pieces in protection money each month. New recruits, up-and-coming criminals seek out your gang to prove their worth.
In other words, competition.
No, not a competition. They seek you for their resume.
Okay.
They want to work for
not
you.
to like challenge and.
No, they want to work for
try to-
you.
Okay.
Y'all got
Just
reputation.
making sure.
Sounds like Callus is going to be callous about the recruitment policy. Sure you ain't out to challenge me? So is everybody leveled up?
Not quite.
I did it all like at the end of the session last time, so I wouldn't forget.
See, I wasn't there last time, so I didn't know.
Sure, like the excuse.
That's what they all say.
You didn't write your name, baby.
I thought you were just gonna write them.
I think you're old enough now you can write your own name on the Christmas cards.
And that's exactly what we hear Mia say. She
To all the
around
children in the
all
hideout.
children, writes your name, and there's all these X's written on the Christmas card. Merry Christmas from the Five Fingers. We're in the tropics.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll warn you, Roll20 does seem to be very laggy this morning.
When you are forced to make a Constitution saving throw to maintain
Oh,
Okay,
yay.
okay. I got some spell manipulation now.
I get 2 attacks now. Yay.
New option.
Ooh.
My
I can
Felcall
double the
now,
length of my spell range.
I can yell at people painfully.
And I love it when you do it.
My Sonic Blast now can do 3d6 thunder damage on a failed save.
Damn.
Fantastic.
Oops.
I'm going to grab a coffee real quick, guys. I'll be back in like a minute.
What?
We're gonna time
Is that okay?
you.
Okay. Start now.
Don't forget to sign your name.
Oh.
I'm going to sign my name and Biju's name.
I don't think I left enough room for her.
There's always enough room for Biju. Oh, you're slowing me down. I told 1 minute, man.
And she didn't mute herself, so it's even better.
Right.
Can we put Stanley?
No, we're not signing your fake spider's name. They have to have a pulse to be on the Christmas card.
He has a pulse.
He does not
It's
have
an
a
electric one. He has a pulse.
He does not have a pulse.
It's electric.
It is not electric.
Yes, it is.
Electric slide.
Biju. You're slowing me down, man.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
You're distracting me from my purpose. And you're also losing your hair bands in your.
Yeah, so I get extra attacks. I get rapid strike. So I do extra D6 damage if I attack before they do.
Water.
So even more lethal now.
Poor Killy.
I'll eat one. Oh, there goes to Maddie.
Fine, you can put it on that.
And vertical assault. I can make a melee and or if I shoot somebody, I can make a melee attack as well.
How?
Well, it's like close-up combat.
Okay. I mean, do you do that?
I mean, I could now.
It just seems weird.
What? We'll hit the button.
What do you mean? Happens all the time. I mean, I got an assault type weapon, basically a carbine, a shorter with a bayonet on it now. So, or I've had one bayonet, but
Okay, I don't.
so I could shoot them and then stab them.
Be scared.
That close.
I just don't recall ever seeing you get close enough to stab anybody.
Well, not normally, no, but
I guess
character-
I'll be right there.
my specialty class is a like commando type, so I am capable of close-up and.
Can you hear us?
I didn't go like
We can
sniper
totally
or
hear you.
that, but
Right there.
probably listening to all of it.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. All right, I'm ready.
Mama,
Guess what?
I'm not in your way.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes.
So it
You
does
post
say
up
once
in the
per
middle of
turn
the
after
kitchen.
making
I'm
any
not
ring-
I'm back.
posting up.
attack targeting a creature you can see, you can make a melee attack as a bonus action. So, I mean, really very, like, you can see. So that really doesn't clarify that you have to be within range, but.
Okay. Well, that makes it easier,
Right.
I guess. That's an impressive bayonet.
Right?
All of a sudden, it gets all quiet.
But it could be pretty ugly now that I get an extra attack. So I could do 2 attacks plus potentially a third reaction attack. Or so
That's
bonus action attack. So 3 attacks potentially. That could get ugly.
sounds good, though.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I mean, just what we need. Callus more lethal.
Right?
I mean,
Yes, please.
Did you say it's my pet?
I don't know about you guys, but I think she failed the
I
1
think
minute
Biju's
test.
your boyfriend.
Oh, I've been back. I just was very quiet, but I've been back. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
So, is everybody leveled up?
See.
close enough.
Yeah. I'll second that.
I believe so.
I mean, thankfully, 6th level is an easy one.
Yeah, I've got my. Yeah, I'm as ready as I will be.
Okay. I gotta clean up something so when I do copy paste it looks a little better. Okay. As down in the 5 fingers, the camera comes panning, and you notice there's a lot of ships from up north that are traveling down to the warmer tropics during the winter solstice season, because now that the whiff of winter is here, but thankfully the 5 fingers is very tropical, so it's not too bad, because, everybody likes to go to, the tropics for the winter.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
I would rather be there.
Snowbirds.
As you guys have gotten a slightly mysterious contact from someone who requested your group to speak with them because he's heard about your reputation. According to your contact that got you in touch with them, the gentleman's name is Chris, K-R-I-S.
Don't trust a fellow named Chris.
And he apparently is a very, very large human gentleman, very, very muscular, that they believe he's from up north because he wears the mildly traditional reddish armor of the humans from up north. The very Russian-esque looking folks.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like my type. Great. Love it already.
I mean, totally makes both of you guys, wonder because the mob you belong to originates in Kador, the motherland.
Nice.
And he basically is requesting to hire you guys since you have a bit of a reputation. And yes, he's wanting to meet at the nearest Cador drinking establishment. Yes, you totally think it's part of your mafia. Normally, you don't go to this island because it's part of your mafia.
All right. And they must serve milk there. Huh?
Yes, they serve that yak milk.
Biscuit.
And
White Russians.
lots of vodka.
You know what time?
Now this is part of Callus's clan mob group, right? Not mine.
Well, he did not distinguish himself as a member of your mafia, so it could be either or.
Okay.
I mean, maybe he's not even the mafia. He's not identified himself in any way, shape, or form as a member of either one of your cartels.
Okay.
But is this?
I feel like I would have remembered him.
Is the place he wants to meet known to us, or just by
Yeah,
reputation?
you guys know about it. It's on one of the different islands in the Five Fingers, but you know of it.
Okay.
Mainly because I think Callus and Mia avoid it like the plague because they don't want to deal with any cousins.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that sounds
good. What
exciting.
time?
It would be late afternoon. He's wishing to meet you.
Yeah.
Now the question is, are you guys bringing the steam jack with you?
I feel like we always bring Gunny. Why would we not now?
Oh.
I mean, worst case, he hitches outside and has to wait. We don't let him in.
Yep, this establishment.
He has been a selling factor before that helped us get a job.
Okay. So you guys, you pull up to the place, your steam jack stands at the spot where all the other steam jacks are parked conveniently.
Yeah.
Sorry, Gunny. I know you're better than all these guys, but just chill out here. Keep an eye on them. They're shifty.
Totally makes a sad metal fatigue sound.
I'll get you a goodie from inside.
Wait, is it Gunny you have with us or the other one?
I brought Gunny.
Oh, okay.
For nostalgia's sake.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You guys go in, and of course, immediately the very folky music hits you from, Cador, or Cador, as you hear the very, very heavy fiddle and the little rhythmic drum music. As, do you go up to the bar? I mean, do you look around? You were described as a human who's very burly with a bluish white beard and the red and furs of a normal Cador associate, which they do the very Russian-esque clothing.
Yeah. We'll walk in and look around to see if he's at a table. If not, we'll grab a table with 5 seats. Or pull chair over if we have to a table.
Go ahead and give me a perception check, or do you want to count on your ridiculous passive perception?
I'll go with my passive. Why not?
And what is your ridiculous
as low as it
perception?
is? Let me see how low that is.
Yeah. What's that at now?
17.
And as immediately
He's gone to plaid.
The four of you go walking in there, and you're all kind of looking around for a second, and immediately Callus points over in the very darkest corner of the place. There's a gentleman who's got red armor on with white tufts of fur sticking out of it. Looks uncomfortably overheated for the weather down here because, it's still in the 80s, even though it's air quote winter. As Kalish, you totally notice the dude. You notice the dude has looks like a drum sitting on the bench seat next to him, and under the table seems to be some very large backpack of some kind. all filling this fur red leather armor motif. Just very
Interesting.
muddy, caked with lots of mud.
Really? Not used to this climb. Do I nod over that direction and start walking?
You guys joining him?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Most definitely.
And as soon as the four ominous figures start beelining towards this corner, the gentleman puts down some food he was eating, some kind of little bread or cakes maybe. As he cleans his beard quickly and looks over at you guys and says, "Ah, are you the Forsaken?" And he says it very loud as people start looking around.
Nice. Just
I
nod
just wink at him.
and have a seat.
Ah, excellent. This is all coming together. I appreciate your quickly coming to see me here for my business.
Indeed.
You caught us on a slow day.
Slow day. I wonder what that really means.
I bet you do.
Just
So,
smile.
So first, the formalities are. I heard that you specialize in property recovery. Is that true? And he kind of shiftily looks around at the four of you to see which one of you is in charge.
We're finders of the lost and helpers of the needy.
Excellent.
Sometimes.
Excellent. I definitely am in searching of some lost property of mine that was taken by some ne'er-do-wells.
Okay.
Well,
When
what
was it
wrong
taken?
sort
end.
of property?
As he looks around at the four of you, you all shotgun questions him at once. He laughs. He's like, so unfortunately, some ne'er-do-wells convinced some of my shop assistants to abscond with a new project that we have been working with up north, back home.
That's horrible.
He totally pulls his hand into his leather armor and pulls out the scroll and spreads it out on the table and says, of the items stolen, the most important was this new construct that we have been fabricating. I like to call it the frostworm. And he smiles.
Frostworm?
Frostworm. And he looks, and you see it is a steam jack of sorts.
Oh, I am so interested in this project now.
But it
Boomheller
looks-
visibly loses interest.
Right? Like, oh, geez.
And I'm like,
As-
I'm intrigued.
As
Jack's like,
it's a steam jack, but some of the do me a favor. Give me your steam jack tech roll. She gets really interested in looking at it.
Where would that be? In my mechanics
Would
toolkit?
that be a proficiency?
It would be a proficiency on the left-hand side of your character sheet underneath your attributes.
I don't have that. I have like armor, language, weapons, and that's all I have.
It's underneath your passive perception. It's the mechanics toolkit. The K.
Oh, okay. Did that do anything? I clicked it. I didn't hear it beep.
It's going to ask you what attribute you'd like to use with it. Probably your intel, I'm thinking.
Oh, it's not popping anything up when I click on it. That's so weird. Oh, it just has question marks and says query. I think something's wrong with it.
No,
So
It's
when
like,
you
I think it needs
click-
to be edited
click the word.
for your.
No, it worked. I clicked it and it came up. So click on the word, and then another box should pop up. You may have to hit Alt-Tab to see it.
Okay.
Does a little box come up saying strength on the drop down?
Nothing comes up. Let me.
Is your character sheet in Roll20, or do you have it set to pop up as a separate tab?
Pop up as separate.
Okay, then you definitely want to Alt-Tab back into Roll20 to see it, I think.
Okay. Oh, God, dog it. Sorry, guys.
No problem.
Oh, you're good.
If your character sheet's set to pop out, it's going to be a pop-up that hides behind like 3 or 4 other tabs.
Mine's set to a pop out.
Okay, with a 14, you notice that this steam jack seems different.
Okay.
It seems to not run off of coal, and you're not quite sure what it's powered by. And what should normally be like a steam weapon is got like frost and cold references pointing to the tube. So it doesn't seem to be normal steam jack technology. Something is kinky.
You created this design?
Some of my assistants in the shop helped create this design. It was a special request for someone seeking to, make something that emulates the dragons, but is not quite as, let's just say, evil.
And what do you take special requests? Just in case in the future I was ever interested or so inclined.
Make a wish.
Occasionally,
you need more.
I take commissions, but usually only for the most exclusive targets. I mean,
Only if you've been a
clients.
really good girl.
Targets?
Okay. Well, I can see why you want this back, definitely. So you built it and it was taken, or the plans for it were taken?
Unfortunately, when some of my assistants were convinced to betray me, the thieves absconded with the device in the current situation that it was. It's still about a year away from delivery, but unfortunately, with the aid of my assistants, they were able to mobilize the device and smuggle it onto a ship. And unfortunately, with this time of year, the ships have all come down south for the winter. I know for a fact they're here in town, and he kind of pokes his nose. But I've been told that they have possibly taken to the sewers since they are new in town and seeking to hide their location.
And when you heard sewers, you thought of us?
And when you say that, he kind of like leans over the table, and the darkness ominously highlights his features as his cheeks get a little rosy, and he says, "Actually, the reason why I requested you specifically is because I've heard you have a work history with the Grey Malkin. You requested the local mage guild to give you glyphs to protect you against them."
I mean, that's just prudent.
Is it true the Grimkin, you've dealt with them before? And he kind of like gives you guys a very sussing look.
We've had our run-ins.
then you're perfect. You're exactly what we need for this situation. Because unfortunately, the thieves are a group of human cultists who have a affinity for the Grimkin.
Oh,
Apparently,
lovely.
you could say they're almost obsessed with them. But they managed to convince some of my some of my assistants, to abscond with the device.
Hmm.
You need to do some internal security checks on your
You do
people.
realize this is a big ask, right? Like, apparently your people are intelligent. They devised this concept that I've never seen or thought of. And they were hoodwinked by people that honestly we don't really like to deal with. So this is a big ask. This is not just a little bit of gold that's going to make this happen.
So you just haven't seen the concept because you haven't looked at the annual
He's
Sears
got the
Christmas
point.
catalog.
No, I just remember last time Callus and that girl wasn't that the girl that you, no, that was a different girl that you got hoodwinked by. Never mind.
As he looks at you and goes, "You were hoodwinked by a girl. I fell for one once myself."
I'm just
It was-
saying.
It
This
was
is,
magic.
You know, we built a laundry machine so we wouldn't have to air it out in public.
And I understand what you're saying. This is a big ask that I'm asking for you, and it's okay because I brought some gifts that will help cement our new friendship and have you bring back my property.
I like
As
gifts.
as he reaches down under the table and gestures to the waitress to bring a round of drinks for everyone and some more snacks. As he reaches in and pulls out 2 wax paper wrapped boxes with some twine and plops them down right in front of Callus. And immediately Callus recognizes the appearance and sound of 2 boxes of ammunition.
Ooh.
Not a Red Ryder BB gun? Dang it.
Put your eye out.
As he basically looks at you all and says, "Now, mind you, these are just gifts for the arranging of the deal, and this is not the final payment." And he puts the package down in front of Callus. As Callus opens it up and sees that there's some funky stuff on some funky bullets.
Okay.
He's got funk.
As he says, "These are special bullets made just for you, Callus." And oddly enough, Callus, you totally noticed they're exactly in your caliber. Super spooky that he knew that.
Right?
That these are special bullets some people call ghost chasers. They've been specially coated and treated by a magical formula to help in case you need to shoot any incorporeal creatures. A little someone told me you wanted one of these boxes this year.
That might come in handy. little creepy, but okay.
And the drum that's sitting on the bench next to him, he picks up with a little oof and totally plops this in front of Boom Howler. And it's one of those little, like the little drummer boy drums that you would, have on your front.
Oh, nice.
And he says, "A little someone told me that Boom Howler, the pirate." And as he laughs, you see Boom Howler, I'm assuming, shirk back from having that shouted out loud.
Yeah, a little bit.
Pirate captain.
I I go by Johnny Flash now.
Johnny Quest.
Johnny
Bravo.
Flash. Can I try it?
You can totally try it.
I am going to try it.
A rhythm maker's drum.
All of a sudden, it turns into a Christmas orgy.
I'm just gonna play a. You know what? I'm gonna try and meld the drums rhythm into the ambient music of the local band.
Ooh.
Look at you getting all fancy.
Give me a
Yeah.
performance check to see how well you do that. Okay. You start
Yeah.
beating out a little cadence to it, and you feel that these are really, this is a really nice drum. As
This
the folky musicians in the corner hear you drumming, and they balance their tempo to your tempo.
jam bit. Nice.
And in classic Disney style, the waitresses are more dancing than just walking to serve food now. Everyone's tips increase.
Excellent. The goal. Well, thank you.
And then in front of Mia, he pulls out a small little box, little like 6-inch by 4-inch box, and plops it down in front of Mia. As she opens it up, and it's a little music box and a little jewelry box.
Okay. Do I recognize any type of magic or creativity that would have been beyond just a regular magic box from looking at it, like the mechanics of it?
It is very intricate, mechanically speaking. The pieces are fantastically fabricated and put together. You don't sense any magicalness except for the fact that when you open it, it starts playing the music. It seems to have no wind up, but it seems to be clinking away, producing the little music box.
Thank you.
Me. What about me?
And he immediately looks at you and kind of you're Theo, aren't you?
Yes, Theodosia Devereaux. Do you have something in the bag for me?
And he reaches into the bag and pulls out something leathery with some lenses that seems mechanical and doodaddy. And as he plops it down at the table, you immediately realize they're goggles.
Woo! Strange light goggles. Consisting of multiple sets of alchemy treated lead. Awesome.
Now, mind you, you can't wear your gas mask and the goggles at the same time.
At the same time.
Yet.
But these have many little jeweler lenses type lenses on them.
Uh-huh.
And he basically looks at you and says, I think you'll find a use for that.
Oh, indeed I will. I put them on and I start swapping the different lenses and, inspecting them and like, ooh.
Dang, that's what I was going to get her.
Right.
As
Now I got to take that back and trade it in.
he looks at all of you guys and he says, now, of course, this is not your final payment, of course. This is just for helping me in this situation.
Okay. So are we talking
I'm
there?
totally inspecting him with my glasses. Do I see anything weird?
Yes.
You see, with those goggles, give me a perception check.
Would that be with tools? Because I'm using the glasses?
No.
Oh, darn. Okay. You knew where I was going with that. Okay. Perception tech.
Nice try.
Perception's not my strong suit.
And you rolled a 4.
Yeah.
As,
No, I
as
actually was a 3.
immediately you all notice Theo is busy playing with her new toy, and she's looking at everything because it's like she's seeing things for the first time in a new light.
And they're
she's
not
just
quite registering because I'm being overwhelmed.
she's just in awe of she's seeing colors for the first time. The smoke coming off the pierogies. You know, she's looking at some boiled cabbage dishes. This is the wafting smoke. She can see the cabbage fumes coming off of them. And she keeps constantly looking like there's something in the dark moving around that's not really there.
We've lost her.
So if this is just a bribe to get us to listen, how bad is this retrieval?
Exactly.
Well, unfortunately, the thieves took quite a few things, and all of them are what you would call extremely dangerous in the wrong hands.
So it's not just the automaton. We're looking for other stuff as well.
Yes, exactly. And he reaches down to his bag and pulls out a roll of vellum, and he uncrinkles the list, and he says, "So, what you'll be looking for is approximately," and he starts listing off this list, and then realizes he was saying it in his native tongue, and he's like, "Oh, apologies. So first, you're going to be looking for a chest-sized item that is about 3 feet by 2 feet." And he basically, gives you this description of this blue chest. It should be covered with some frost, making it fairly easy to notice. And he's basically will tell you, do not open this chest.
Why?
It's in everyone's
I need to
best
know if
interest.
does it explode? Like, do we need to be gentle with it?
Oh,
Like,
no. You can throw it over your shoulder or throw it down a stairwell. It's completely fine. Just don't open the chest.
Fine.
Why did you tell these two women not to do something?
I know.
And I'm like, I want to open the damn chest.
And then
and
the
we know it won't explode.
The second item is another chest, but this one is made with oak. And it seems to be a very normal chest. Hopefully they have not opened it. If they had, I probably would be aware of it if they had. But it should be fine. It should be fine. And all of a sudden he kind of stops and listens for a second, like someone's talking to him over his shoulder. He says, "But if the dark oak chest has been opened, please feel free to leave it where it is."
And if it's not opened, we should not open this one also?
You should also not open that chest, correct?
Is it common for you to know when your chests are open?
Well,
Like,
only if there's something important in them. Usually I leave that to my assistants.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden he just like pauses again, like someone's whispering something to him that he's forgotten. He's like, "Oh, yes. And also you will want this." And he reaches in his bag and he pulls out a potion bottle, and he puts it on the table, and it's whitish liquid with looks like edible sparkles swirling around inside it. As he says, "This is a potion of frost resistance. It will allow its imbuer to be less damaged by colds. Since I know many folks down here in the southern regions aren't used to the cold that we're all used to up north."
That's strange, but okay.
What do you?
Sorry.
Go ahead. No.
No.
No, I was just going to ask Thea what she thought of the potion.
What I thought of the potion?
Yeah,
I'm
you're an
very
expert.
interested in taking. Can I inspect? Can I do like a test on it and see what?
Oh, I assume we're going to mass produce this when we get back somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, is it even possible? What's the,
Well,
Give
there's
me-
one
give me
potion,
an
4 of
alchemy
us. Like,
roll.
hello.
Okay. And this has my double.
You did notice your new ability there.
Yes, my double.
So it does not have your double proficiency added, so you want to add +3 to that roll.
Okay, so 15.
Oh, 15. So immediately you look at it, and it's the fanciest potion of cold resistance you have ever seen. And he gives you this look as you're flipping your lenses, looking at it really close. We have this total geeky moment where she's flipping the lenses, and the potion is huge in her eyes.
But the question is, can I reproduce it from this sample?
You cannot. But you do know for beyond a shadow of a doubt that it is a cold resistance potion that when you drink, you gain resistance to cold damage for about an hour. The
Okay.
one-shot deal. But
There is
lasts
no
for
way
now.
to reproduce it at this time. At this time. Perhaps I'll be able to, later. But we'll
As he looks at you and is like, "Why would you want to reproduce this?"
because
She likes that kind of stuff.
Science.
And he goes, I think I could provide you the special recipe if you return my my chests and the frostworm.
Actually, I wanted to negotiate something. I would love for, I know you said you have associates. Theo and I, possibly the others, would each like a day with your top associate to brainstorm ideas.
Oh. You would like a day with my top engineer?
Yes, and we'd be willing to come to you if that need be. I understand you can't just let good help go and whatnot, but we would be willing to come out there.
Looking at her like, are you crazy? It's cold as shit up there.
I'm from there.
There's a
I
reason
mean,
why
you
that
have
is
to
not-
like that shit.
I am okay with it. I want the knowledge.
Okay, go ahead and give me a persuasion roll.
Okay, please be good.
She's negotiating hard.
Wow.
Wow. Apparently both the 18 and the 22 really wanted it to happen. As he says,
Mhm.
You know what? If you manage to bring my device back intact without requiring too much reverse engineering to put it back together, I will give you each a day.
Sounds good to me.
In the way he says a day, it's almost ominous.
So on this frost worm here, so I mean, how are we supposed to get that to? Because I'm assuming it's going to be following their orders. How intact are you anticipating this return?
Well, just as much as required to bring it to bear. I mean, if you take out the cultists, I'm sure the device will be more cooperative. Unfortunately, it hasn't had a cortex installed into it yet, so it doesn't really follow directions per se. It's more at the behest of one of my helpers.
Mm. Mm.
And he stops and listens to the wind again. And says, yes. If you tell, I believe it's Stygia who's currently piloting the device, that it's time for him to return home after having his time out. I'm assuming he'll be more or less cooperative, as long as you've taken out the bad influences of these naughty cultists.
Okay.
So 2 chests and the frostworm. That's the list.
That is the list. Yes.
And did you check that twice?
He pulls the list out, and you see there's this huge component breakdown of the frostworm of all its parts, and that's why his list is so long. And he says, yes. There's the frosty chest of the past, the dark oak chest of the future. Don't open either. It has that written right here. Do not open chests. As well as, oh my! I didn't realize that was there. If you find a red leather sack with white mink fur, you may keep that for yourselves. It clearly says right here on the list that it could be used as payment if necessary.
Is it a bag of holdings?
I think it will impress you. If you take, and he slides a single gold coin across the table to you guys. If you take a coin like this and put it in the sack, you will be richly rewarded.
Okay. And how will we notify you once we... Oh, 100%. Oh, not me, though. Callus, don't you have good insight?
Just a second.
Nice.
It's either you or Theo.
No, it's not my insight, because I'm only a +1.
Yeah,
Tony
not me.
finishes your
I'm
sentence,
-1.
by the way, and says, if you get there and you find the frostworm and you take out the cultists, I should be notified that you have accomplished your deal. And he kind of looks over his shoulder like he's talking, hearing something from someone who's not there again. And he says, yes, I will be notified once the cultists have been dealt with.
Okay.
And
If it does help,
no.
we do know that the ship, the Frost Hammer, did drop it off over on Delith Island, and he basically gives you the cross streets of where he believes they went into the sewers.
And with these fancy things you gave to us, you wouldn't happen to have something that would be able to track your items, would you?
Well,
And
unfortunately
no low
for
jack on
for
it.
everyone, that in these warm tropical conditions, I can tell you for a fact that the part of the features, and he whips out the frostworm schematics again, is the frostworm is perpetually giving off cold vapors. And anywhere it goes, it leaves a rim of frost that perpetuates for a while. So if you merely keep track of anything that's covered in frost in these warm climates, that will definitely be telling you you're going in the right direction. In fact, the prototype here does have it listed that the device must exhume frost at intervals of every 8 to 10 hours, or the ammonia tanks may rupture.
Is rupture bad?
It would definitely be bad.
Very bad. Very bad. Like Theo Boom bad.
Okay.
And,
I find
and
it
ammonia.
interesting that in the bad statement is me. I resemble that remark.
Don't think of it as the bad statement. Think of it as the boom statement.
Yes, okay. The grand punctuation.
Exactly.
Yes.
Oh, I'm glad we're making such a good impression on our client.
And ammonia, whatever that is.
Well, I can go into detail.
It's not time for my nap.
Alright, Alex.
It is.
Well, I hope this is the
Complaining
beginning of a
again,
good
trying
friend
to
trip.
sleep.
Would you like a drink? I feel like you need a drink.
I've
And I-
drank and eaten plenty.
Have you had dessert?
Oh,
This place might have amazing cookies.
I've been told they have many delicious desserts here from the old country.
I flag down a waitress and ask for some desserts to be brought over for our new friend.
And she's totally amicable to the idea of that and says, I'll be right there with them. As he gives you guys the once over as you're admiring your new objects. As he says, so is there anything else that any questions or anything you have?
So Grumpkins, huh? All right.
Figia, that was the
Yeah,
Warcaster's
Figia.
name, right?
yeah, I think.
The driver
Stygia?
of the thing
Yeah.
currently.
Correct.
Are they a Warcaster or are they?
No. Just one of my little helpers.
Yeah.
Are they a magic user that we need to worry about while they're under the negative influence that they might have use of magic?
As he ponders for a moment, and then he seems to be listening to somebody whispering in his ear again, and says, "Actually, you could call Stygia and all of my little helpers magical, but I wouldn't recommend letting them get anywhere near a steam jack." As they have, my helpers have a habit of helping with mechanical devices, as Stygia is doing right now with Frothworm, being the pilot and controlling essence of the device. And most of my helpers are very tricksy because and he looks around at you guys like he doesn't want to be heard, and he does this hand gesture and covers his mouth as he says, "My little helpers are normally invisible."
I see.
Fantastic.
And I'm just like, yeah, this guy's got to screw loose.
You don't happen to have a potion for that, do you?
Unfortunately, I don't. But those goggles that Theo's wearing should be able to abate any difficulty with that if she's paying attention.
Oh no.
She's known for paying attention.
Yeah.
And somebody
It's not
give
like
me
got ADHD or anything.
somebody
no.
give me an insight check. Don't ask around who's the best. Just one person roll. As Boomhowler's
Damn,
definitely
Boom.
getting the idea, he's either got mental disorders or
Nice.
he's actually having conversation with somebody on the side.
Either way, still hot.
And he totally smirks when he says that Theo's not paying attention, which he's not. As you all look at her and she's flipping the lenses, playing with the
Yes,
dials.
totally flipping them.
So if Sagia ends up killed in the process, that's bringing them back alive is not part of, I mean, obviously we're going to try, but that's not going to make or break this deal, correct?
Well, Stygia would probably Stygia or one of her, well, lack of a better word, traitors, would be required to get the device there unless you think you could move a large construct.
I was
Unpowered.
going to say that we need to keep alive because I'm not carrying it. You're not carrying it. I think Gunny might have a problem carrying it. So, yeah, we need it
Okay.
mobile.
I was thinking about driving it, manning it, but sure.
Well, when you looked at the schematics, there's no cockpit in it. There's a spot where a cortex would totally go, but in the schematics you saw
And I have a spare.
There is no cortex or...
Your technology doesn't match.
I mean, it might match. You never know.
Mm.
If she rolls well enough, and she brought enough parts with her.
But that takes like forever. So to, join with and all that, and you get all your other ones. We just keep Stygia alive once we get the others wiped out. And
Of course.
I mean, I'm
It'll
sure there'll be
cooperate.
other things we can kill.
And that's a great place to wrap it up there.
Thank you for listening to D&D Journey of the 5th Edition, a member of the Creative Play and Podcast Network. Please follow us on Patreon at patreon.com/CPPN to never miss a show or stream.